This is the brief on Islamic daily prayer, or Salah. Millions of Muslims actually structure their entire lives around 5 daily prayers, a practice that goes way beyond just a basic religious duty. It seriously impacts mental health, everyday productivity, and moral character. First, these 5 prayers, spaced out from dawn, known as Fajr, all the way to the night prayer, Isha, serve as a super practical tool for organizing daily life. It creates what experts call religio-social synchronization, which is really just a fancy way of saying your day is driven by spiritual pauses, not just the ticking clock. Think of them as built-in, completely unmovable anchor points in your schedule that prevent burnout and just keep you grounded. Second, you really start to see some massive psychological benefits, mostly because Salah functions as this incredibly powerful form of mindfulness. When we look at the science, the repetitive physical movements and focused recitations actually lower cortisol. Yeah, your body's main stress hormone. It literally calms the nervous system down and forces a vital emotional reset. So you've got to wonder, could taking 5 forced, mindful breaks a day actually be the ultimate productivity hack? Finally, this routine builds character and maintains mental purity. The physical washing required beforehand naturally transitions into cleansing the mind and totally resetting your intentions, which creates this continuous awareness that deters bad deeds. The Prophet Muhammad famously compared this to having a flowing river right outside your front door. If you literally bathe in it 5 times a day, eventually absolutely no dirt or sin is left behind. Ultimately, these 5 daily prayers function as a holistic life system that simultaneously organizes your time, totally resets your stressed mind, and continuously purifies your character.
You know, we're constantly hearing about the latest meditation apps and biohacks, right? But what if a 1,400-year-old practice already mapped out the absolute ultimate routine for your mental, physical, and emotional well-being? Salah, the 5 obligatory daily prayers, really isn't just some rote religious checklist. It's a built-in mindfulness practice. First, Salah creates this amazing structured rhythm. Instead of running by a clock, these prayers sync up with natural time, from dawn to night. Think of them as mandatory daily pit stops in the crazy race of life. They literally force you to pull over, pause whatever worldly tasks you're stressing over, and completely refuel your spirit. Second, this physical rhythm actively rewires your brain chemistry. The mindful repetition and specific movements, especially prostrating with your forehead right on the ground, act as a total meditative break. Now you might be wondering, does just going through the motions really lower stress? Well, it's actually the deliberate combination of physical grounding, controlled movement, and intense mental focus that triggers deep neurological relief, actively lowering your cortisol and calming your nervous system. Finally, these daily resets pave the way for deep psychological healing. By setting a clear intention, or niyyah, before praying and practicing patience, which is sabr, a Muslim builds profound humility and trust in Allah. It's kind of like drops of water on a stone. Over time, that gentle, persistent repetition leaves a permanent impression, smoothing out the rough edges of everyday anxiety and shaping real moral excellence. Ultimately, Islamic prayer is an incredibly powerful rhythmic discipline that simultaneously aligns the body, detoxifies the brain from daily stress, and totally anchors the soul.